Hey guys, welcome to my first interior decorating video. So as promised, I am going to get into some plant styling. I love using plants as my primary decor pieces, just in keeping with that feng shui concept of projecting positive energy through having more living things in your space. This unit was custom built for us by Creative Joinery Solutions. I'll link their Instagram profile in the description below, but it consists of three main parts essentially. The open shelving is what I'm going to be focusing on today. It comprises of various shelves mounted at different heights to create interest. The base unit in black is dedicated to hidden storage, and the unit on the right, consisting of cubby holes, will be styled in a future video as that area is not completed as yet, but things to look forward to. I'll be sure to explain why I chose these particular plants to live indoors, so let's get styling. Okay, so I'm not going to waste any time. These are the plants that I've chosen to live indoors. I will get into each one with you guys explaining why I chose them, why they are appropriate for indoors, and basically how easy care they are and what makes them easy care. So it's about seven plants that I'm starting with, all of different colors, textures, variegation, sizes. So I'll get into why each one fits perfectly in the designated spot and little tips in terms of how to maintain that wooden grain. Now, this unit is made of real wood, so I want to preserve it as best as I can. So I've used coasters throughout to just keep water from getting on the surface and staining it. I've also lined up a bunch of pots, vases, basically interesting cover pots to also protect the wooden grain but to add more interest to the shelves. As you saw in the intro, the first plant that I've chosen is my Epipremnum pinnata marble. This grows like a pothos. So basically you just have to water this when it's dry. It does require a pole if you want it to size up and fenestrate. I didn't have a cover pot to fit, but thankfully the nursery pot was black, so that was sufficient enough for me in terms of styling as it's a neutral color and blends in well with my decor. The next plant I chose is my Hoya Super Eskimo. This has really nice tiny leaves. It grows in semi-hydro and pretty much needs watering. I would say once every week or so. And I chose that funky cover pot to house it in. So that's two on the shelf already. I've added another quirky vase to just nod to the one that we've used above and to just give me a little more height as I want to place my begonia maculata in it. I absolutely love this plant. It is just beautiful from all sides with the red backs and the variegation is polka dot. How cute is that? The new leaves come in that sort of red, well, more pink at first and transitions to red, but it adds some height to the bottom. And now we've got three in the display. The Begonia maculata grows in semi-hydra as well. This is just another little accessory that I'm adding to rest your eyes upon as you peruse the shelves. I found another stash of pots that I brought down to possibly include as well. Next up is my string of hearts. This is a sort of bluish grey color to the front and it has purple backs. It is quite tangled right now, so I'm going to try and tangle it just to make it look a little neater. In doing so, I found this bare vine that I'm just going to wrap to the top and pin down into the soil to hopefully encourage rooting. Quick hack is just to transform a paperclip into a narrow pin like this to hold those tiny vines down essentially like this, and I just press the paper clip down to keep the vines in place and hopefully encourage rooting through those bare nodes and fill out the top of the pot a little more. That's it in terms of preparation. I untangled it as best as I could here to give me some length, and I'm just going to place it right below that other sort of light turquoise color face pot just to maintain the color scheme that we're going with. So that's it in place. A quick tip here is to pair plants with different sizes of leaves for more contrast. For this next plant, I couldn't find a cover pot in the stash I had dedicated, so I swapped out the one my Calathea Macoyano was in for my Syngonium batik. This is another highly variegated one. I love just all the different colors from the white veining to the mint green to the darker green. Again, this is one of the few variegated pieces that I'm adding to encourage interest or just to add interest to the shelf as you peruse from the top to bottom. These bottom leaves, I think, are just making the plant a little too bulky for the display, and I sort of want the focus to be on the variegated leaves. So I'm just going to clip these off like so, and I feel like things will look a little neater or more presentable. And the transition upward from my Begonia maculata can be easier on the eyes. This is it in place. I'm glad we removed those bottom two leaves so that we can see more of the design on the pot. It really does create a nice contrast between the face planter on the bottom, and you can see the contrast between the variegation in those two different types of plants to the bottom. This is a full look at what we've filled in so far, and I love how staggered the shelves are and the use of different size shelves just to create more interest. From the bottom to the top, this is how the display transitions. There is so much interest to get lost in, but I'm going to still add these little accessories to create more moments to get lost in while you're viewing the display. This one can also be used as a planter, but I'm just going to use it as an accessory here. This is my absolute favorite of the lot. This is my Synapsis Platinum. It is shimmery when the sun hits it, and it is that true bluish gray color. It really is a stunning plant. It is the longest of all trailing or vining plants that I've chosen. However, I find the vines are a little too sparse. On this side, I place it on the left, vining on the left first, and then I place it on the right. And I just find it's making the display look too messy, so I'm going to have to do something about that. I'm gonna trim it. I know this is gonna be heartbreaking for some of y'all because I know it takes really long to get a vining plant to vine this long. However, synapses are so fast growing, they are just like pothos. I will definitely propagate all of these vines that I'm cutting off here, and I'll probably do a reel or short on YouTube to show exactly how I propagate synapses. I just pop them in water, and that works amazingly for me. It has never failed me, and I love this plant so much, so I could never have enough. But that's how much I took off. It's gonna trail probably about 1/3 down the length or the height of the display, and that's sufficient enough for me. This is just an overall look, but I think it's all coming together. If you're curious as to where I got all of these plants, go follow me on Instagram. Every single one is listed there with the seller. We have about two more shelves to fill, and next up is my Dischidia ovata or watermelon vine. This one is sort of a succulent, I would say. I really am not too experienced with succulents, but I was actually gifted this. I will pop in a before photo to show you guys how this plant started, but it is really making my display look super lush. That's the intention without it being too overdone. And we basically have one last spot to fill, and I'm going to put the silver sword plant in. I'm so happy this one has acclimated well. I only got it in September last year, and while it has not perished, it is giving me a couple brown spots, but I'll show you how I'll solve that problem. It really is a mesmerizing one, and guess what? The backs are actually purple, so this is another one that's beautiful from all angles. So having put this one on the shelf with a coaster below, of course, I am not pleased with how that clear cover pot is looking. Neither am I pleased with these brown spots. I am getting to the solution for that. So first, I'm just gonna find a proper cover pot for it. This is another display that's in a different room. This plant is in one that is way too big for it, and I feel like this would fit better with my silver sword plant. This smaller one fits into this pot that I originally intended for the silver sword, but we're going to go with this gold one. I think it will add a nice luxe vibe to the display. I'm just gonna pause to show you guys my outdoor balcony as I came upstairs to get that gold pot. So this is where I store all my pots. So you can look out for a video on the space where I style it. I am waiting for it to be covered before I bring my plants up here, but it overlooks the northern range. By the way, just out here is where my greenhouse is going, and to the left of it is where I have, inside of that space next to the tank, I have the rest of my plant collection. But out here, the views are of the northern range, so I'm hoping to turn it into a super dreamy spot with my plants as well, with added furniture, proper lighting. So you can look out for a video featuring that space. But anyway, back to the plant styling. This one fit perfectly in the gold pot, so I'm just going to add this back to the shelf, and I'm going to get into why I chose these plants as promised to put inside and to style with. Okay, so I think the styling is done. The display is basically completed there. All the shelves have been populated. Now it's just to get rid of these terrible looking brown spots. Brown spots on your plants could be a sign of a number of things. In this case, I think this plant got overwatered at some point just because, I have some experience growing plants, and this one got left out and was rained on for a few days. But I'm going to solve that problem by just chopping it off just like that. I mean, I could have been a little neater, but it is what it is. I just literally snipped it right off. Before I get into my thinking, I want to make sure that you guys have a clear visual of what I've achieved or what we've achieved, so that when I get into explaining why I chose which plants I chose, why I placed them where I did, the spots that I added accessories to basically use as fillers, I feel like you all will have a better understanding having a proper visual. I'm just going to continue here to add a couple accessories again, just to complete the styling. That'll include these coasters that are not only going to act as decor pieces, they are functional. This space is going to be my living space, so if anyone needs a coaster for a drink, which is the traditional use of a coaster, I guess you could just grab and go. Another piece that I'm adding is this holder for an air plant. That's actually a little hand. So let me finish up and then we'll get into it. I am just going to add as my last accessory a couple coffee table books. I also collect interior design books and plant books. These make for, just an easy read, but they're also highly decorative, especially as it's going into my living space. So to break the monotony of all the plants in the display, I feel like a couple books can, help me achieve that. I'm just going to place it on the lower shelf there, like so. Okay, so here's my thinking to get styling. The first thing I do is try to come up with a color palette. That is usually based on what colors are being used in the space that I want to style. So in this case, the colors that exist are brown, gray, white, and black. The next thing that I do is try and understand my spatial orientation or the space available to be styled. So just those two things, understanding the colors and the space available, was sufficient enough for me to choose plants that match the space and accessories or other decor items that match the space or create contrast. I should mention, if you're styling with plants like what I'm doing here, it's worth noting that I do have a fair amount of experience growing plants and I understand the nature of all of these that I've chosen so that I know they would thrive in this space. Just some basic points to note, this unit is actually west facing and direct light touches here for at least 1 hour every evening. Just to be more specific, this unit sits about 20 feet away from the window, so the light that's actually touching the plants won't burn it or scorch it. It's also evening light, so it's quite gentle between the hours of 4:30 and 6 p.m. I don't want to spend too much time on the conditions in my home for these plants. I can do a dedicated video on that if you guys are interested, but basically I live in Trinidad in the Caribbean and we have tropical conditions. And these that I've selected basically thrive in my care, so I figured why not put a couple easygoing plants inside that I don't have to fuss too much about or that would require much attention and are highly decorative. All of them sit on the same watering cycle. I'll just adjust the quantity to suit based on which ones are drier than the others. I'll link another video below that describes the conditions that my plants grow in a lot more detail. After considering which plants will live inside, I started to pick based on the color palette that we chose. So the main color I wanted to focus on was gray. So I chose my plants that exhibited either silver markings of variegation or was blue in nature. Hence the reason I chose my Synapsis platinum, the Super Eskimo, and the Silver Sword. Then I placed focus on contrast. What I mean is, because my color palette is so neutral and dim, I tried to choose plants that were highly variegated to draw your attention in. So I chose my Begonia maculata, Syngonium batik, and this Epipremnum marble. Next, I focused on creating even more contrast by choosing objects, or in this case, plants of various sizes or various leaf size. So I tried to choose a plant that had large leaves, a plant that had medium leaves, and a plant that had small leaves. So what that boiled down to was using my Syngonium batik. This one has the largest leaves, as you can see here, as it compares to the begonia next to it. And then I chose one with medium leaves, like my Synapsis platinum. This leaf size is probably two-thirds the size of the Syngonium batik. And then I chose a plant that had really small leaves. You will see shortly my string of hearts. These have really tiny leaves, the smallest leaves in the entire display. And so these size differences will continue to help create interest in that way. And the final objects that I included in the display are pots, vases. All of these act as fillers in matching colors, but again, varying the shapes and varying the colors. You'll also note that I included a bit of turquoise or that pastel blue in the display to sort of just nod to that gray color in the backboard. So I tried to choose books that also had a little bit of blue, but also had greens, whites, and gray as well. But I kept this minimal because I want the focus to be on the plants. Okay, so now that we've established all our styling elements or pieces that we're going to use to create the display, what I did next was stagger the placements of each, again to create contrast. So what I did was I placed blue plants next to green plants. I placed large plants next to small plants. And I placed tall plants next to short plants. I hope this makes sense in some way to you guys and is helpful if you want to take a go at styling your shelves using plants as well as home decor. But comment below, let me know which was your favorite plant. Let me know if you have any questions. Everything I will link below in the description. I'm hoping that you guys can also create beautifully styled shelves full of interest through using some of these concepts. And of course, if you need any more information, please feel free to message me on Instagram. Also, we have some stuff to look forward to. I still have this side to style. As I mentioned before, the unit is not finished as yet, so you can look forward to another styling video. If you have recently moved into your new home like I did and are currently working on custom built solutions for your space, I will link Creative Joinery Solutions below in the description in case you want some customized solutions. For more clarity, this video is not sponsored. It has also come to an end. Thank you guys so much for viewing. If you are new here, thank you for joining us. If you are returning, thank you so much for coming back, and I will see you in the next one.